guys, all right, today we are at 600 South 14th Street and we're about 45 days into the renovation. We have had quite a few snags. As we dove into the house, we started stripping it down. We ended up finding a lot more water damage, a lot of termite damage, which we're going to see here in a minute. And because of that, it has really just slowed some of that renovation down. So now we're just going to take a look at it, see where we're at. All right guys, so here we are, and after we ended up stripping the house down to the studs, what that did is gave us a lot of flexibility with what we were going to do in the bathrooms. Ultimately, what we had to do, or decided to do rather, is reconfigure this whole wall. We had to shift the door over just a little bit. That allowed us to both put that shower against that back wall, and then we ended up putting a vanity here. And then the toilet went right here. What that also did too is we have limited space. We kept this door, and we're going to consider this the master bedroom. What that does is the disadvantage of only having one bedroom is lessened because now you can access that bathroom through the hallway. So guests can come in, people from the second and third bedroom can come in, but you can get up in the middle of the night from the master and access the bathroom. So we had to reconfigure everything, but it ended up turning out really nice. So because of that, we did end up adding a closet in here. So it kind of gave that master bedroom with a closet. And that's the bulk of all we really had to do. We did have to move a few things like the return for the HVAC, but now that it's stripped, we had the outside, which we're going to look at it in a second, redone. And now we have to clean this up so we can get the electrical permit passed. You know, everything passed through electrical. Once that happens, we'll be able to go through the house with drywall and get this thing moving. All right, so for the kitchen, as you notice, we blew this out. And ultimately what we're going to do is this. We're going to turn the kitchen from there all the way to here. And this, the wall being removed just added a whole lot, another element to it. We are going to go with floating shelves, at least at this point. We're 90% sure, and we're going to put an like a peninsula right here. What that ultimately is going to do is it's going to maximize what's already a small space, and that's what you've got to think through creatively when you have very little to work through. If you think about it, this is a 969 square foot home, 3 bedroom, 1 bath. So you have to make every square foot count. So blew it out, opened it up. It's going to look nice. And the last piece of this is going out, and we have to work on the garage because we did find some termite damage outside. All right, so on the outside, what we ended up doing was ripping off all of the siding and the roof. It had a tin roof. In my mind, if you're gonna sell at the price point that we want to sell, which is in that $400,000 range, you got to make it nice. So we ripped it off. We ripped off the tin. We ended up putting a new roof on. Because of that, we ran into more issues. At the top, there's a dip. So we're having to get that put up. Again, we pulled off the siding, which anytime you do things like that, you're obviously going to be exposed to more things going wrong. That's when we found all of the water damage that we had to replace. That's also where we found all this termite damage. Now we're going to have to go through, jack it up, rip it out, put it all brand new. So again, it's going to be good. But that is why we talk about you've got to create a buffer. You cannot run your numbers so tight so that everything has to go right to make money. Okay, that's just the reality. Things are going to happen. Either A, you're going to run over budget, or B, you're not going to ultimately sell for the price point you wanted to sell. Now, thankfully, we are in a market that just keeps notching up. I mean, they're going up $10,000 a month at times. So that helps, but at any moment that could tank. And if we had to have an exit strategy, we could drop this house 20% and at least get out from under it. So that's why you do this. That's why you build a buffer, because you just never know. So anyway, we hopefully are going to start putting everything back together starting end of next week. That means drywall is going in. That means electrical is all going to be done. And at that point, once the drywall, paint starts happening, cabinets go in, we're going to start seeing a lot of changes very, very quickly. So stay tuned. Love you guys till next time. Go make some magic out.